I was looking for labs and I found Josh. There's so many free resources on YouTube and projects you can follow or ideas that they'll give you, and you have to find your own way, and they'll give you the resources. And the thing is, like, there's free resources and you're watching YouTube videos and they tell you, you know, sign up and you get $200 of credit. But eventually that credit runs out, and that's the benefit of the cyber range, that you have you pay $99, you get that unlimited resource compared to having being held down to a certain credit amount. So yeah, it also really helped that there was a community part, and then there was a cyber range. So even if you weren't in the cyber range, you could still see people's experiences and journeys throughout the cyber range, and be like, okay, even in the open community, you still see people saying these resources are really good, and it was worth, you know, going for. Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Sija. I help run the Cyber Range, an online community where you get real hands-on cybersecurity experience. And today we have Marlee, and she a special guest, and she's only 19. She get a cybersecurity risk analysis job in Leidos, which is an American defense aviation company. And congrats,
Hi,
Marlee.
thank you.
Hi, and will you mind just give us introduce yourself a little bit, and how overall your experience with all of this?
Yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Marlee Tete. I'm currently a junior in college. I'm majoring in cybersecurity. I started my journey in cybersecurity last year. It hasn't even been a full year since I decided to switch my major. I was originally in computer science, and I was joining this new field because I had gotten an opportunity to do an internship in Washington for the government, but it didn't work out. But it was cybersecurity focused. So I was like, okay, I'm jumping into this and I need to know something about cybersecurity. So first I started with the Google cert. And then from there, I was like, this is cool, but now how do I actually get hands onto those tools they were talking about in the certification courses? And it led me to Josh, the cyber range. And that is my experience, how I got to this role, how I even got interested in cybersecurity in the first place.
Yeah, like do you just like looking around at YouTube, like looking for different like cybersecurity like blogger, like content creator to see like which one you want to pick?
Actually, it started with like, okay, I need to do a project, and Josh's home lab was the honey pot Azure lab was the first thing that popped up, and from there he talked about the cyber range, and I was like, okay, that sounds a little interesting. Let me look into that after I finished the project with him. Yeah.
You're right. Like there's like a lot even before joining like cyber range, or like there's a lot of like home lab that you can like practice like set it up like locally. But what makes this cyber range more like attractive is like we have this like open like network, like as you went through, right? So you have a lot of organic logs. It's like really like for the internship part that you really can demonstrate how overall the threat hunt, mitigation, all of that, how it works, like really natural environment, like working environment.
And it also really helped that there was a community part, and then there was a cyber range. So even if you weren't in the cyber range, you could still see people's experiences and journeys throughout the cyber range, and be like, okay, even in the open community, you still see people saying these resources are really good, and it was worth going for.
Okay, so you're saying you are like supposed to trying to go to like computer science, right? Like when people hear about the computer science, they hear about like coding, everything. It seems really hard. Like for your perspective, like you just out of like high school, like going to college. But I'm just so curious, like what kind of like coding or like what kind of level like you expect or you learned in college or in high school.
My journey with coding is I started a little when I was younger in Python, but I wasn't really a fan, I'll be honest. And then once I graduated from high school and I went into college, they started me off with Java. They started me off with Python, and then they went into Java. And I would say, like, if I had to go on a scale from 1 to 5, I would say, okay, now that I'm out of practice, no comment. But when I was in it and actually coding, I would say a 4. But I always loved the end result of what I coded. But the actual process was actually really stressful. And I was like, there is coding in cybersecurity and risk management. It's look, whatever you do in cyber, there is still some coding, but it's less stressful. It's always gonna be less stressful than it was when you're doing like software in computer science. So that's where I would say my skill level is, and that's why I kind of went away from computer science. Was definitely the process isn't isn't for me, but the end result was. So I
Yeah,
wanted to still feel that end result that I was achieving something.
I
Um,
see. So
and that
you're like okay, like I get a taste of like coding. I kind of like not like big fan of it, but I actually okay with like using some of the skill, but also using that like pivot to like cybersecurity, right?
yeah,
Like oh, that's so
yeah.
cool.
So
That's
even though
interesting.
yeah, even though my specific role doesn't really involve coding, um,
Mm-hmm.
I could see me potentially doing a future role where it involves coding and cyber, like a cyber engineer. In this, yeah,
Yes. Okay. So it's just like the skill or the mindset or the logical, the how to think, right? Like how to get
yeah,
to
how they think to
like
get to,
yeah.
yeah,
So it's like it's good to get a little bit basic or fundamental training,
mhm,
and then on top of that, that's like you can do like so many things. You can be like a front end or back end, or like a web
yeah,
developer. Like they
yeah,
all some kind of wherever we need this computer, it needs
yeah,
some kind of software skills, but depends
mhm.
on how like deep you want to go in. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually was a fan of front end of being a. I
Like
wanted to be a front end developer at first a little bit.
so like you
I
like the
love
users, like
CSS, yeah,
user experience.
user experience.
That
I did some projects on that too, but at the end of the day, I was like, the process is too much for me. Yeah,
yeah. So like how do you get the interview with like Leidos? Do you just like apply or how many
yeah.
like how
So
many applications you apply?
yeah, so obviously, my app it did change a bit from when I posted in the comment answering Josh's question
Okay.
about like, how many did
Yeah.
I apply for in interviews and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But just the brief overview. We live in a day of AI, and everyone's using AI to apply to jobs. But I
Yeah.
kind of approach it a bit differently. So I
Uh-huh.
use a website that you put in your resume, and it gives you your matches or whatever. And then
Oh,
a
okay.
lot of people want to just auto apply. Just let the AI
Yeah.
send it or rearrange your
Mm-hmm.
resume. I didn't do
Mm-hmm.
that. I would
Okay.
actually, I would see what they matched me with, and I would
Mm-hmm.
go onto the website myself and look and apply to every single job. So I think
Ah,
that really made a difference. Like me, myself, not letting the AI go change my resume and all that. I actually did it myself.
okay.
And my resume, I said that I applied to about 95 jobs, which is still
Uh-huh.
true, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm still receiving like interview comebacks, like, can you please come do
Yeah.
an interview interest? And I think I got 3 more from the last time I responded to the comment section when Josh asked me
Yeah.
the question.
Yeah, so you looks like you say you have eight, so like maybe now it's up to like 11
Yeah,
interviews, like
yeah,
calling
I
back you.
all that. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's so cool. Like, how do you prepare your interviews? Like you mentioned that like your
Yeah.
communication skills and like in your generations, like all of that. So I love to hear more about it.
Yeah, so the interviewing, I'll be honest, I have an older brother in tech,
Okay.
and um it was my first interview with him, my first mock interview. So bad. It was so bad, but he
Uh-huh.
gave me pointers on what I need to work on, what I need to do. Him himself, he's had been put in a position to interview people who wanted to come work at his job. So he generally knew like how it should
Um,
be. So that really helped. And then I just kept doing interviews with him. And then he was like, there's just some key things you really need to get down when you're doing anything for cyber. So obviously the fundamentals course in cyber range or even in the community, cybersecurity theory fundamentals. And you have to get those down. And then you have to, he always says, confidence. So fake it till you make it.
yeah.
So even
Yeah.
give a little something in if you don't know
Oh.
the answer. Um, and getting comfortable with talking to people. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I'm just quoting my brother. He's like, you get the job or you
Yes.
don't. There's nothing more to it. So
Oh,
do your
you're so
best.
lucky you have like a brother. Like,
Something
he's
really
he's
healthy. Yeah.
willing to like, spend time with you and do the
With
mock
the mock
interview with
interviews.
you
Yeah.
and then improving you and you
Yeah.
become this like a muscle memory, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like maybe your brother, then you talk to different person, but you have the scenario like again and
Yeah.
again. So you get less like nervous or maybe just
Yes. Yes.
like
And
yeah.
he pretended he was a different person. He's like,
Oh, that's so funny.
pretend you don't know me. And he was like bringing
Ah,
me like he didn't know me. Yeah. And
mhm.
one of the main things he's always said was you have to be able to have casual conversation too. It can't just be
Okay.
um what is
Yes.
this? What is this? What is that? You have to be comfortable to have conversations about soccer, which I had conversations about soccer.
So something you like, it's like your identity, like something besides like a robot, like like
Yeah.
A, and then you input the question and then you come
Didn't
up with the
answer
answer.
this. You have to have
Yeah,
class.
it's like you have your own vibe,
You have to work
identity,
with
like
these
who you
people.
are. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you have
work
to
with
work with these
them.
people. You have to be comfortable.
Oh,
So that really you kind of have to show that a little bit in the interview too. That okay, you're
okay.
not just a employee. You can
Mhm.
have a casual conversation. Yeah.
Okay. And obviously like the people like interview you, like they're like more advanced and like
Mhm.
with like you're like you're only like 19, or like it's like
No,
how do you like must be really like nervous, or how do you like overcome those
I
like
mean, well,
moments? And
yeah, well, for me, I mainly only applied to internships. So
okay.
it was never like we expect you to be on the same level or you're there to learn. So they understand that you're not going to know everything. So, just answer the questions to the best of your ability, say your experience, and also show that you're not just like a nervous teenager that you can still talk, have casual
Yes.
conversation. Yeah.
Oh,
That's kind
okay.
of how I
That's
approach it. They
okay.
know I'm there to learn. They know I don't know everything.
So it's like your attitude, like everything, just like okay, I'm here to learn, and I'm interested in
I'm
cybersecurity, and
interested in cybersecurity.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm grateful for this internship. I'm
Yeah.
good about like
Yeah,
yeah.
that's exactly what I said. Yeah, like just
Mm,
they know you're an intern, and don't obviously, you know some things, of course, but don't act like you know everything. You're there to be an intern. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, the next question would be like since you like you're trying like transition to get like your master, oh no, your bachelor degree,
Bachelor's in
and
cybersecurity.
doing your internship, and also like go for like cyber range and all of that, like, how do you manage your time? Like also you want to have some fun time, right? Like your personal time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
So I mean, I've kind of been on a schedule even before I was done with the cyber range or applying to jobs.
uh-huh.
Uh, my schedule, I wake up at around 6 with my younger brother, help him get ready for school, and then once he's off
Okay.
on the bus, I do schoolwork in the morning. I do schoolwork from like 8 to 12 on
Okay.
Mondays and Tuesdays. I actually like pre-write discussion posts on Mondays and Tuesday mornings, and then I
Yeah.
post them on the mornings of Thursdays. Like I've had this schedule set for like since I started attending my school, and then
Mhm.
that's how I manage school. And then the classes are usually at night, so then I have night classes, so they don't interfere with work or
Okay.
any free time, and it's only 2 days out the week. So that's how school is
Okay.
structured. Like morning, do the work, and then I have like send out times basically. That's how I
Mm.
operate with school. And then with the cyber range, it was anytime you have free time. So if you catch yourself doom scrolling on Instagram, stop and
Oh, yes.
go do something productive. And
Mhm.
then with work, I mean, just 9 to 5 doing the job. Yeah.
Yeah. That's really practical. Like
Yeah. Yeah, that's
yeah.
how I approach it. That's how I manage it. Yeah.
Okay, so like you would say when you go for the courses, do you just go from class one all the way to like end of like class six or seven, or you just like pick wherever you want like in
In
between?
the cyber range.
Yeah, did during your like your
Um,
experience.
so when I was starting, I did
Mm-hmm.
beginning to end. And then I think I really heavily focused on the fundamentals one the most. Like the one I would go back to the most was
I see.
the fundamentals course. And then I would pick through when it was like, oh, sometimes you forget something like, oh, how do I wait? What's the process to onboard something onto the MDE? Like, there's sometimes you want to go back and look,
Yeah.
so you want to go
Yeah,
through it like
those
that
like
also. Yeah.
PowerPoint like script something like you have to onboard it using certain like
Yeah,
syntax or
certain
something.
things or like
Mm,
just to learn. Because some
okay.
things were already automated in the cyber range, but I still wanted to know about it so in case I was asked about it on an interview. So I would
Yeah.
go through it like that. Sometimes I would rewatch some of the I guess projects or small tasks we would do throughout the cyber range just so I could
Mm-hmm.
talk about it. Not that I was redoing it, but so I could talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can talk about it like the whole process. So
Mhm.
like they can like whoever interview you, they say, oh yeah, you have like a
Yeah,
basic knowledge or basic foundation of the
exactly. Mhm.
cybersecurity. Okay, that's so cool. So like since you are currently doing the internship and you also had the internship in cyber range, like do you feel like they're kind of like something similar, or like you feel like there's something like you're still learning and growing more
Yeah. The
after the
cyber
cyber range?
I think I'm learning more because the cyber range is more vulnerability management and
Uh-huh.
threat hunting, but the role I'm currently in is more, I would say, GRC.
Oh,
So I'm learning more. I'm learning a different thing. And then one
Yeah.
of the advantages of being a risk management, well, to
Mhm.
understand risk, you need to understand vulnerability. And then me understanding vulnerability due to the cyber range, it just leveraged everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yes, and yeah, you're right. Like it's just like in cyber security, like they get different domains, and each
Hmm.
domain is like could be there's multiple job position for just like
Yeah.
different domains. So yeah, just like like I guess like expose yourself to different domains or different
Yeah.
areas. That was so
Yeah.
cool.
And
Yeah.
they all can help each other, like help you, succeed more in a different domain.
Mhm.
They all work together in a way. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And so, okay, like, do you, the last question would be like, do you have any, like, for example, like if people not joining Cyber Range, like how can they utilize the free resource, first of all? And second, if they join Cyber Range, then how can they use the Cyber Range for, their best benefit?
Yeah. Free resources, just from the
Yeah.
resources. Yeah. Like majority for me, I've noticed that the majority of technical questions are things
Mm-hmm.
you can learn just from the free resources.
Okay.
So if you want to talk about it from a technical standpoint, like I understand in theory
Uh-huh.
that just the first course, the fundamentals help you do that. And then actually joining the cyber range and doing hands-on experience lets you talk about it with more detail. And I think those are the way to answer those two questions. Yeah.
Okay, so how about like besides like let's just besides like Cyber Range, is there any like free resource like you get from YouTube or any like
I
anything
mean, yeah,
or
the same way I found Josh, just looking for labs. Like I was looking for labs and I found Josh. There's so many free resources on YouTube and projects you can follow or ideas that they'll give you, and
Mhm.
you have to find your own way and they'll give you the resources. But yeah,
Yes.
YouTube. I would say YouTube, and that's the way I even found the cyber range. So yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so it's just like maybe just try to use as much as we like free resource and you get to the point that you feel like okay, you really wanna, determine to even
Mhm.
go to like cybersecurity route or get
Yeah.
internship or get interview, right? Then you
Yeah.
just maybe can like yeah, do this as an investment to join the cyber
To
range.
join the cyber range because and the thing like there's free resources and you're watching YouTube videos and they
Yes.
tell you sign up and you get $200 of
Mhm.
credit, but eventually that credit runs out, and that's the benefit of the cyber range that you have. Not you pay 99, you get that unlimited resource compared to having being held down to a certain credit amount. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, right. It's just like the more like it's like community that everybody's like trying to do something like
Mhm.
similar. So it's like YouTube is just like so there's so many channels, so many
So
information,
many
like piece
people in cyber.
yeah, it's like piece of that of information just like
Yeah.
overwhelmed. Sometimes I'm confused like which one should I
Yeah.
follow? Which one
So
should I look?
yeah.
Yeah.
So the cyber range being structured really helps. You keeps you on track. Literally is a course on track. Yeah. So
Just as assistant, you could just follow like wherever you have time, just follow the
mhm.
classes and follow the internship and
Yeah.
yeah, that's so cool. And besides that, and can you tell me about a little bit about yourself? Like you said, you mentioned that you love soccer, right? That's why you mentioned
Yeah.
that in the
Yeah, I did
interview.
mention that because I could talk about it for a while. So I was like, I don't want to throw out
Mm.
a rogue interest and not be able to talk about it. So I always mention soccer, and I always
Uh-huh.
mention I love going to the gym. I love strength training. I would talk about like PRs.
Yeah.
So it always leads to a conversation, and yeah, that's about myself. Yeah, like what I
So,
like to do is like your
uh-huh.
video games,
Yeah.
soccer,
Uh-huh.
restaurants. I love going to restaurants. Atlanta or
Yeah.
Georgia for
Yeah.
food. And me and
Okay.
my best friend, we have like a list of places we go,
Mm-hmm.
and we go and eat and just try different restaurants, different cultures, and
Yeah. That's
yeah,
so
that's a bit of
cool.
yeah. And I like
Mm-hmm.
music, so I play the bass guitar. I love listening to music. I love
Mm-hmm.
string instruments. So I love the Vitamin Quartet. I like going to orchestra performances of like certain bands. Like there's a orchestra performance coming up of Imagine Dragons and Coldplay that I plan on going to.
Oh, Imagine
So
Dragon. That's so
yeah,
cool.
so I'm just
Yeah.
music, food, just living life, I guess. I plan to travel soon, so that's just me, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Okay,
sports.
that's so cool. Yeah, that's so cool. Like besides like, doing like daily work or study and there's always something that you can explore the new
Yeah,
adventures. Yeah.
always make sure to go to the gym, even when
Yes,
you're
yeah.
working. That
I
really helps
think it
you.
helps because like when you go to gym, like you feel fresh, you feel this like
Yeah,
motivations, right? Sometimes like it's really hard to keep yeah, it's like how do you like keep yourself all the way motivated?
Yeah,
Maybe
I mean,
just
it's a
look at
form
your
of
brother, maybe.
yeah, like, it is a form of this it keeps you I don't know, like, I feel like if I didn't go to the gym and I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, it just feels like a form of discipline that keeps my mind on track. Every time I work out, after
Mm-hmm.
work late at night and I come home and I sleep, the next morning I feel so like clear. My mind feels clear. So I don't know. I
Okay.
just think it's gonna make a big difference if you know, you force that gym schedule to work somehow with the work schedule. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It was great. Yeah. It was really nice talking to you,
It was nice
Marley.
meeting you. Yeah.
Yeah. For like share everything like so openly and like taking your time and do this call with me.
No
Yeah.
problem. No problem. It was
Yeah.
nice meeting you.
Yeah, I hope if I go to Georgia, I can meet you like in person. Like I live
Uh,
in Seattle, so there's a World Cup coming. So maybe you're coming here for the
there's
soccer.
a World Cup here too.
Yeah. Oh yes, they're in different cities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like we are all setting up for
We're
like I
all
think
ready for the World
they're
Cup.
all playing here. Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
so
I'm
cool for this
excited for
year.
the games. I plan on going to some games with my family actually in the early stages. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Maybe I can meet you in person. Like when you come here to Seattle, I will.
Want to come to Seattle. That's
Mhm.
like I kind of said that's like my dream. Like I don't know, it just feels so tech. I actually really
It
that's like
is. It is
in
like a tech city slowly
Tech City.
become.
Yeah.
But
So I
we
do
have
want
a
to come
love like if you like gym, you like hiking, right? Like
there. Yeah.
kayaking, like all of
Yes.
that you
Like
can do it
physical
here.
activity. Yeah. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
obviously Grey's Anatomy. So Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. Oh, that's lovely.
So I want to
Yes.
come also for that. I'll be honest. So that plays a big
Okay.
factor. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. But we have a really nice like ocean and beach, all the way in the coastline.
Oh, I
So
didn't know that. Okay, that's
yeah,
cool.
you can take ferries to different like island hopping, like
Oh
different
yeah, the
islands.
fairies, the fairies. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I have family out there, so maybe this year, maybe I could come to Seattle. I'd love to.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Maybe we can meet. Yeah. It was great. Yep.
Mm,
Nice to meet you.
nice to
Yeah.
meet you.
You have a great rest of the day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
So no pressure, obviously, but if you're serious about getting into cybersecurity or you just want real non-sandbox hands-on experience with actual enterprise tools in a live shared network, you can get all of that in the Cyber Range. In the past year, we've done about 100 employment verifications. That is like real employers reaching out to us to confirm experience for people in the community that have actually landed jobs. When you onboard into the community, you'll get issued credentials for access to our company's actual network, which is a real live corporate environment with over 1,200 users and fully licensed enterprise security stack with platforms like Tenable Vulnerability Management, Microsoft Defender for Endpoint, and Microsoft Sentinel. And just like at a real security job, we'll provide training covering everything that you'll encounter from enterprise vulnerability management to threat hunting to general security operations as well. And you'll get experience and training better than if you were hired as a corporate junior SOC analyst. Every week, we also have a cybersecurity threat hunt and capture the flag challenge where you can compete for cash prizes while building legit resume experience at the same time. And this isn't a simulation, it's like real infrastructure with real users, real attacks, and organic logs that you'll have hands-on access to. So if you're interested, check out the link in the description and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.